which you can have the right ingredients to be not only professional racing driver, but more than that, successful racing driver, is your strength, your beliefs, your determination to succeed. And of course, it comes from your mind activity. So it's a consistent battle to keep on going through all the challenges that you get inside and outside the racing circuit, inside and outside the racing environment. It's a consistent battle between yourself, with your own mind, always searching for a way of motivating yourself and a way of creating the right situation for you, which will bring out the very best in terms of performance. So it has been and it is still my biggest challenge, my own mind. A lot is request and is expected from drivers and teams to perform in a professional manner at a high level, from the organizers, from the officials, from the governing bodies of motor racing. And drivers and teams do try very hard and do perform to a high level in order to have a good show for the public. On the other hand, my feeling is that the same does not apply to the authorities, where amongst those people there are some good people, of course, but the structure of it is not appropriate to the demands of the modern Formula 1. I believe many improvements have been made in safety areas, in changing rules, but fundamentally the principles that are behind the decisions are not quite clear. And those situations only contribute to disputes and difficulties amongst particularly Formula 1 racing. So ideally it would be necessary for a more modern, professional approach to the modern Formula 1. But of course this is something quite complicated, political, and I guess in all activities worldwide where competition is high, where the interests are great, there are never perfect organizations. The problems are always there, And it's only a question of doing the best you can with what you have. So I think that applies as well to Formula 1. You see, Mr. Sakurai, there are many things which are not right in our activity. At the end, from the beginning to the end, the people who make the show are the drivers. You have the teams, you have the cars, the team members, of course. But the people who really matter, who really put the risk in their health, in their lives, the people who really do the job in front of all world viewers are the drivers. And as I said earlier in the interview, we have to perform to a high level of professionalism and dedication, where we give everything we have, and people expect that we give everything we have. Whereby the other part of Formula 1 on motor racing, which is the organization, has such a situation where they just impose things, they just establish things the way they think is right, the way they feel is appropriate, without being so technical or professional or systematic, like you say. And this is something that unfortunately exists in Formula 1. And as I said earlier, many people can understand, can see those things, and they are able to identify the difficulties and the problems. Some people cannot. So they just don't understand. They don't know why, but they just don't understand. And that, of course, is not contributing to the image of Formula 1, is not contributing to the quality of the show that we make to the television viewers particularly. Nevertheless, I believe the natural instinct and the natural ability of drivers and their personalities are so big that they cover not only their own side, but they end up covering also the not so good things that are in Formula 1, making as a whole thing a good show. So fortunately there is a excess of dedication and determination and desire to race in a natural way from drivers, which contributes and covers to the negative things that we have in our atmosphere, in our environment. I believe we have seen 3 different drivers winning in 3 different races, 3 different cars, 3 different engines. Of course, as we all know, although McLaren is no more dominant, no longer McLaren have got an advantage on the engine side like it used to be in the past. So there is no difference in equipment. The performance overall car engine between the 2 biggest teams are just the same, and even so I think on all 3 races I was leading, I only had a clear run in Phoenix, so I had a good victory. In Brazil was a hard race, was looking good until I had a misunderstanding with Nakajima. And also in Imola was a short race for me. We had a wheel failure, which is unusual, but I was also leading, so as a result of it we had 3 different winners, which is good for the public and for the fight. But although I think this year will be very competitive between different cars, different drivers, I also believe that if I can keep up with the work in the right way with the team and develop the car and the engine, particularly this year the engine has some problems. If we can get those problems fixed, if we can improve the engine side as well the car side, I think I have again a good chance to victory, to success. But nevertheless, it's going to be very competitive. It's going to be the most competitive season in Formula 1 over the past 3 years. And this will bring a more light, a better light to the championship and to the public. I think last year I experienced a difficult time where the atmosphere of working was not positive or was not constructive due to the clash personalities inside the team. This year the equilibrium has been re-established in the team, and my motivation and my pleasure is coming up and up every race. So it is my natural feelings are coming back steadily.
That's good.
And that of course will contribute to take out the best of me during the competition times. So I'm looking forward to the championship, I'm looking forward to the races particularly, and I'm good mentally, I'm good physically. I feel I have a better motivation than a year ago, and I feel I have a great challenge ahead. Therefore, all we need is time. The cars have got their own characteristics, technically speaking, as well the engines. And the package between engine and car has to be put together in a way that provides you with the best performance. So perhaps if apparently the level of wing of one car is less than the other, as a final result you may find that that's not quite the case, because of body shape as well, under wing shape as well. So it's something that you only find out in the circuit, measuring top speeds, acceleration times and lap time. And I think in the past we used to have much more wing than other people, because we could afford, we had more power than other people. So if we have more power, you get quicker to the corners, and you need more downforce to cope, which contributes to your cornering speed as well. If we look today, we have, relatively to the past, a lot less wing. I think similar to other cars, maybe a little bit more still in some situations, but it's difficult really to be sure what is the same level.
Of course.
We only adjust ourselves to the same top speed basically. and then we see what lap times you can produce, how consistent you can be. But as I said, I think in the end, overall, chassis engine performance this year is just very level. Engine performance are different between Renault, Honda, 10-cylinder, and also V12 Ferrari. One engine has more bottom, the other more top end, the other more mid-range. But as a whole, as a result, all very similar performance, I think. Oh, we need very much, as soon as possible, to have a better performance from the engine. We now are very level with other people. In some situations I think we have more problem than some other people, which means we need desperately for improvements, both on the present 10-cylinder engine, but as well on the next engine, the 12-cylinder. Of course, is a new engine with new potential to be developed. The 10-cylinder has more limited development right now, and the 12-cylinder is going to be a more wide door to go through and to develop, to go further into the...
No, this year? Maybe.
We'll be testing it soon. In a month's time we should be testing in a car. But I don't know if we'll have the ability to race it. It will depend on the testing performance, on the results, both speed and reliability, to then see the possibilities of racing or not. Normally you could say yes, but there are many things which are not clear at the moment, which could contribute to a change in my career. But as at this moment, there is no decision, no commitments in any direction other than try my best this year, right now, for the championship, and giving some time for some informations, some decisions to be made, both at McLaren, on the chassis side, on the engineering side, and also on the management side, and also on the Honda side, some decisions that are important as the future is concerned. So before I have those informations, as well some other informations from other options, other possibilities in different teams, there is no decision. I of course have experienced a great amount of success with McLaren Honda, many victories, many records, and a championship, and therefore it's an atmosphere which I love so much. But to me it's only important that we have the ingredients to win, or we fight at the right direction to win. If we don't have those ingredients, then I wouldn't be able to motivate my mind to do my job to my best ability. So I'm waiting to see how those things develop, and then hopefully we'll have the right decision. I don't know yet. I don't know what are the plans of Honda. That's what I'm waiting to hear. I know next year for sure they will be there, but I don't know about how it's going to be after that. It's difficult to say.
How do you feel about the engineering side of McLaren?
It needs improvements.
Good?
It's not bad, of course. The car is a reliable car, it's a high-performance car, but competition is pushing harder and harder, and is requiring every year a higher level of commitment on the engineering side, the higher level of innovation.
Innovation.
And that is something that McLaren has to improve in order to maintain success.
So you have some interest about the Benetton team?
I think Benetton is a new setup. Is a new perspective in the future of Formula One. It's a major project that has been put together, a great investment with a great brain behind from John Barnard on the technical side. And at the same time, the challenge for those people to succeed is very high. So it is one of the possibilities in the future. I don't have dates, to be honest. I think I will, from now on, just experience year after year my feelings, my motivations, and my objectives, and make my plans this way. So I could race for many years still, as well I could race for only a few years in Formula One, and that is something that I believe I can keep open, keep completely open to in my life, in order that I can have the best situation every year. I think that's why I say that I think I can keep open my options now year after year, in order that I can understand and I can access better my own desires, my own instincts, my own objectives, as far as the future is concerned. And doing this way, I hope to innovate all the time my challenges. I believe if I'm able to put myself in this situation of innovation year after year, I can continue going up. And of course, if I can continuously go up year after year, the level of performance is going to be greater and greater year after year, which is in a way fascinating for me and is a great motivation for me. Yes, I believe I have experienced in many occasions feelings of being on the limits, being on the limits of the equipment, being on the limits of myself or of the circuit at a given moment, at a given place. And suddenly, because it was required to go a little bit further, I suddenly found myself finding a new limit for the machine or for myself. Even if that was a limit that I didn't think was there. And as I have experienced that many occasions, not only one or two times, but many occasions, I now know that there is always room for improvement. Even when you think, or when you believe, or when your vision in a way tells you that this is the limit. Maybe what you see is not true. Maybe what you feel is not correct. And maybe what you smell is not correct as well. So you must keep an open mind to receive those informations, to receive more knowledge. You must keep an open ear to receive new information. That way, I think you can steadily improve the limits of man and machine. And that's what I believe. Yeah, I think as part of your life, we all have a common characteristic in the human side, which is as you experience good things in life, it's always difficult to stay without them. When you taste a good drink, when you taste good food, when you see a nice view, when you find a lovely woman, as a human nature, it's a lot more difficult to be without those things, to live without those things. And apart from my profession, my racing, which is most done outside my country, outside Brazil, most of the good things that I have experienced in my life are there, back in Brazil. So even if I have a nice apartment here in Monte Carlo, nice view, nice atmosphere, I have even nicer things back home, back in Brazil, to live with and to experience, to share, which of course are very attractive, very motivated for me. Therefore, that is where I like to be, as much as I can.
So, you have no plan to be married in the future?
No, I don't have. I think in general life, this is probably my biggest decision to make in the future, and as today there are no plans.
And that means you will not be married in driving Formula 1? Or
No, not actually. That is something that is unpredictable. It's a great decision, it's a big decision in my life, but it's something right now unpredictable. I just have no plans, and I have no clear indications of it happening or not happening. I'm just taking it as the time goes by and waiting. I think as you grown up, as you experience life year after year, you change. And your wishes become clear and clear, more and more important. Your priorities as well. But as you are finding out new things about your own life, about yourself, you have to adjust your lifestyle to those new discoveries. And that happens with me, of course. So it's always pleasant to have your lovely woman near to you. Doesn't matter if you are relaxing or you working. I think there are moments that your mind is what determines what is good for you. Doesn't matter if you're working or not. If your mind at the same moment you're working requires a little bit of care and a little bit of love near to you, it's something that is in your nature and is your psychological and your body requirements in order that you can be more in equilibrium. If you are in equilibrium, you'll be better overall. Yeah, it's a mixture of Italian, Brazilian and Spanish. Brazil is a big mixture of different countries. I think the biggest colony, Japanese colony outside Japan is in Brazil. Also a lot of Italians, Spanish, Portuguese, lots of people.
Very strong passion.
Yes, yes. Latin American style.
Sometimes dance or free.
Oh sure. Yeah, we like hot style of life. Yes, that's something that in Europe I miss a lot. Europe in the evenings, in the nights, most of it is very down. It's very cool. In Brazil we have good weather most of the year, warm country. So the tendency is for people go out to be on the road, bars and restaurants, sea, the beach, everything. So there is much more life in Brazil. It's a lot warmer way of life. And at the same time we have lots of space, so you can have privacy at the same moment that you can be with your friends on your own. And it's a great country to live. It can provide you with all the good things that you like to have in life. Of course we have many problems, social problems, but there's a natural environment. We have anything we want for a good life.
Now you go to church sometimes or very often?
No, I don't go to church normally. I feel unusual to go to church when there are many people. Only when there are no people, then I feel happy to be in church, to be in peace. But I feel in peace with myself, and I have my beliefs. I have faith in God, and I believe I have found a good way of life through faith in God. There are many things that we don't understand. Like I said before, many things that you look and you think you understand what you see. As a matter of fact, what you see is not what you have. So, it depends on your capability of interpretation of your eyes, of your smell, of your ears, of your touch, and you can almost experience anything in life. Depend on the creative ability you have, on your own natural feelings. I'm not sure that I understand, that I fully understand, but I have tried, particularly over the past few years, to respect people's desires and wishes. And of course I try always to understand as much as I can what is happening, what's going on. But even when I don't understand, as long as I know the people, like I do Mr. Sakurai, I just respect their wishes and their desires on what they are aiming and what they are doing. So, in this case particularly, because of the understanding between us over years ago when he was at Honda at that period, the good relationship and respect, in this case particularly, I don't really need to understand. It's enough for me to know that he is doing it. He is working behind it. He's challenging it behind everything. That's enough for me. In order that I come here and we spend an hour or so together and talk together, and I give my point of views and discuss things. I have peace that it will be used in a positive and constructive way. Yeah, I think the experience I have had 2, 3, 4 years ago when we work close together, has first of all demonstrated to me that he works very hard. He's committed to objective, to a plan, and he goes fully concentrate to it and does whatever it takes to succeed. And that basically is a great quality. Of course, in the world that we live, in many occasions when you try to do something nice, something valuable, positive for the intellectual side, not the material side, you are misinterpreted, and you can be used by people as well. But after all, this is life, and as long you do what you feel is right, as long you do what you feel in peace, it is fine. I know one thing for sure. Whoever in the world, particularly in Japan, because I know I have lots of fans there, but whoever those people are, if they have found anything special through my activity, through the way I do it, and the way I speak, the way I act, the way I do things, if those people have been able to identify on myself something positive, something good, what they have done is to find exactly who I am, because I basically am a motor racing man, a sportsman, a man of big belief that if you believe on something, you can do it. And I am all the time exactly what I am inside. So those people who are my fans, they probably have captured what I am inside and not what I am superficially. And therefore, they will never find wrong. They will never be let down, because basically this is what I am, and it's not an image that has been created or painted as something and is something else. I am what I am.